culture, you know what I'm saying?
Episode 99, ladies and gentlemen. Y'all gonna listen to this nigga say. Go ahead, talk to him.
I got these homies down in Dallas, that's a national treasure. They act like sisters, but they act and they get nasty together. They like to cheer for each other when I'm fucking them both. I can't decide which bitch I like fucking the most. I got a hoe from Chattanooga, knew me back from the stems. From the roof, she him and I say, want me back in the skin. I take it back to me and Quisha when I'm back at the crib. We don't ever take it easy when I'm back at the crib. I got some exclusives in Miami that I never betray. They done got me out of jams that I never forget. I got a surgeon, a doctor, a dentist, a bitch that like forehead kisses, not hickeys. I asked her what's good. Besides me and this dick, she working that mouth. I'm working this work, still working late nights. World money might spend, yeah, money might spend. Still running late, about 600 HP. Little Sunny HD, daytime and KB. Road running late, yeah. Slow motion for me, slow motion for me, slow motion. I asked her what's good. Besides me and this dick, she working that mouth. I'm working this wheel. Slow motion for me, slow motion for me, slow motion. Yeah. That was it.
And we are back in it. You know what I'm talking about? Episode 99 of the For the Culture podcast is here. Shout out to Isaiah Rashad. Outing someone for anything is disrespectful and out of pocket. Give a fuck if it's true or not. That's my nigga. And if it is true, I don't give a fuck. That's my nigga. That's his life. I don't give a fuck about that shit. He do whatever he want to do. It's a grown-ass man. And yeah, that's really all I got to say about it. We're going to talk about celebrities in private life that has nothing to do with Zay a little bit later. But let's get into these anniversaries real quick. So this week, Bobby Brown turned 53 on the 5th. 50 Cent released Get Rich or Die Trying on February 6th, 2003. Lady of Rage turned 53 on the 6th as well. And Tinashe turned 29 on the 6th. Jay Dilla's Donuts album released on the 7th in 2006, and that would have been his 48th birthday. Anderson .Paak turned 36 on the 8th. Klay Thompson turned 32 on the 8th. Black Panther soundtrack released on the 9th in 2018. Yara Shahidi turned 22 on the 10th. Kanye released The College Dropout on the 10th in 2004. And then today, Kelly Rowland turned 41. D'Angelo turned 48. Brandy turned 43. Erykah Badu released her classic debut album Baduism today in 1997, one of the greatest years of all time, you know what I'm saying? And Young Miami turned 28 today. And my friend DJ Luna dropped her Sunday Morning EP today in 2018. So shout out to everyone I just named. And in for quick news, Pusha T released Diet Coke. The video pays homage to Flavor in Your Ears remix video from 1994. So shout out to Pusha T and Kanye for that. Song's fire too. It's just I have so much music I ain't got to play today. That one's not going to make it in. But song is fire. Go ahead and check out the video though, because that gives the full experience. Let's see. Kendrick Lamar is making an appearance on The Big Hit Show as another podcast. It's going to be releasing on the 16th to talk about To Pimp a Butterfly. So he's going to give his perspective and talk about the album. So look out for that on Wednesday, I believe. That's next Wednesday. Nintendo Switch announced that Nintendo Switch Sports is coming, and I'm gonna need to get me a Switch because Wii Sports is one of the greatest games ever, and if that's on the Switch, bruh, I gotta get that too. Let's see. Oh, my friend Charlotte dropped a new song called What She Got, so go listen to that on all platforms. It's on Apple Music, all of that. So go ahead and stream that. Let's see. We're gonna get right into it, low key. Actually, wait, before we do that, y'all gonna be listening to this before the Super Bowl, but my prediction for the Super Bowl is Bengals win against the Rams. I'm gonna say 30-24 or 31-24, and I feel like Joe Burrow gonna get the MVP because they usually give it to quarterbacks, but if it's not Joe Burrow, they're gonna give it to Jamar Chase. So that's my prediction for the Super Bowl. I don't know if I'm betting on anything or not. I'm gonna see, but yeah. Okay, so now that we got all that out the way, we're going to talk about Nicki Minaj. Record was fire. It was outro of the last episode. If you haven't heard, Do We Have a Problem? Go ahead and stream that. The video is actually really good. I like to see her acting, you know what I'm saying? And according to Nicki herself, it was going to be a Pink Friday every Friday all year for the rest of the year. It doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be music every Friday, but we did get another song, and it's called Bussin'. And it also has a Lil Baby. So, you know, Nicki and Lil Baby either had a crazy studio session, they knocked out a bunch of records, or these are the two we're getting. I'm not sure exactly. But I'm going to let y'all enjoy Bussin' real quick. Listen to Nicki.
Yeah, my connection and sent my wrist back to leave bitches. Get my drip back, drip every Ferrari with that. Like to look back when he hit that ass and thighs. That's where I'm thick at. Told his ex she ain't getting that dick back. I call Bayo where that stick at.
Tell that boy come get his shit back.
If they act up, we gon' fix that. My new nigga ain't with that chit chat.
You know you ain't getting your bitch back.
When I do it, bitch, I did that. Wish a bitch would, I ain't taking my wish back. This cost half a ticket, plus tax. Big go Draco for a mishap. It's a Barbie on my wrist hat. I ain't at the bus stop, but my niggas bust back. VVS is but bustin', ass so fat, it's but bustin', back so full, it's but bustin', driving foreigns, bitches bustin'.
We run shit, no question. Bad little bitch, get wet.
I'm bustin',
Don't like good boys.
I like hustlers.
I don't talk a lot.
I got a few questions.
I'm that guy, don't miss your blessing. Life too short to be around here stressing. Ass so fam, she walk, just lift up. Nobody move but us to stick up. That 790 sound like it got hiccups. No matter what, when I call,
I pick up.
tell me all the business, ain't spilling my teacup. Go to sleep in Paris, waking up with me, no. I'm a little busy, go shopping till I finish.
Send me with the AMX, I don't need a limit.
Every bit of 700, this is not a rental. Yellow Lamborghini coupe, this is not a lemon.
VVS is but bustin', ass so fat, it's but bustin', back so full, it's but bustin', driving foreigns, bitches bustin'. I'm tryna ball, I just caught me some hoops. Blonde on my inches, brown on the roof. Candy apple, sticky red back, not the fruit. Caught me them cute double C's on my boot.
I'm a little busy, go shopping till I finish.
Send me with the AMX, I don't need a limit.
Every bit of 700, this is not a rental. Yellow Lamborghini coupe, this is not a lemon.
I fuck 'em like a boss, don't say up on the scarf. Burberry ass, I don't ever take a loss. Big whips, I like it real big. Stick 100 clips. If it's giving what it post that, I might put it on the lip. VVS is but bustin', ass so fat, it's but bustin', back so full, it's but bustin', driving foreigns, bitches bustin'. VVS is but bustin', ass so fat, it's but bustin', back so full, it's but bustin', driving foreigns, bitches bustin'.
Nicki back. It's obvious from last week, but Nicki's back. It's good to see her rapping and hear her rapping again. Like, okay, remember in was it last year when she dropped the mixtape. She re-released it. And Nicki was rapping and was focused on rapping and was focusing on music, focused on hip hop, not all the extra shit, not her husband or none of that bullshit. We was just focused on her and her music and the legacy that she has. That's where Nicki Minaj belongs, because that's where she deserves to be at. You know what I'm saying? She needs to separate herself from all that bullshit and rap. And she's doing that. And it's good to see. The thing with TikTok where all those non-black creators ended up like benefiting from a black space, that irritated me, but that wasn't on Nicki anyway. So Nicki Minaj is back and it's good to see. You know what I'm saying? It feels like hip hop is in a more recognizable space when she is dropping something and it's impactful or people are talking about it. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to Nicki Minaj and shout out to Lil Baby too, because that nigga's clearly in her good graces. You know, got 2 Nicki records back to back. Next topic is someone that I'm disappointed in, but you know, we're not used to this, or we are used to this with Jim Jones. I remember before he talked about it was at the gym and he got racially profiled, and it was like a big thing. It's like, okay, they got him fucked up, right? But this man was in the Gucci store crying about it being anti-black, when one, we already know where Gucci stands on us as a people, and two, I don't know exactly what he was complaining about as far as like what happened, because I don't, like, if it was racially profiled, that's fucking obvious. It's Gucci store and they don't like black people. We know this. But he was talking about no sparkling water or whatever. If that's what they give to celebrities and he didn't get it, whatever. It don't really bother me that much. But if it was an anti-black thing, it's like, one, it's wrong. Two, you already knew better, so there's no reason you need to be in there spending money. Like, you shouldn't be there. Like, there, and then on top of that, you flexing that you about to spend $30,000 in there anyway. What do you gain from giving people money that don't fuck with you? I don't understand celebrities that do that. Like, there was, I don't forgot the artist who did it, but a store profiled them. This was like actually not a you knew better situation, but it was a store. They profiled him, and he said, "Fuck it, I'm gonna spend 50 bands in here just to show you I'm that nigga." All that did was give them 50 bands. That didn't show them shit, because you still a nigga to them. Like Kanye said, you still a nigga in the coop. If you know, it don't matter what you in, what you got, don't matter. If they don't like you, you are the N-word to them. I'm not gonna say the other version. I'm not gonna Joe Rogan this, but you know what I'm saying? Like, there's no reason for you to spend that much money on something that don't like you. In Black History Month, on top of that, like, you shouldn't be doing it at all. You look stupid in all parts of the year. But to come online in February and cry about that from a company that we know don't like us, on top of that, spending that much money, any money at all, in that establishment when there's plenty of black luxury companies out there for you to spend money with, is ridiculous. So Jim Jones, you look stupid. Do better. You a grown-ass man. You over 40. You know better. And if you over 40 and this is how you moving, that's how you've always been moving. That's how you're going to continue to move, unless you have some change of conscience when it comes to where you spend your money at, or how you view yourself as far as like a respect thing. Because like, there's no way that I'm going to spend that much money or any money at all with somebody I know do not like me. It's not happening. If I get racially profiled somewhere and I have a lot of money, I'm not going to spend money on, like, with their company to prove a point. There's no point to prove. So that's where I stand on that. Jim, you on your own, bruh. I don't care. Most people don't care because you look stupid. So yeah. And since we're already on the topic of celebrities and their private lives, like being leaked or whatever, you know, everybody kind of know what I'm alluding to. But with these people doing these things, or when things happen, most of the time, unless it's a leak, like when people were getting their iClouds hacked, when these things are posted, they know exactly what they did, because it's like 3 or 4 steps in order to post something. I post on social media every day. For you to press record on the Instagram app, watch it record on said app, let it go, either watch it through or press story immediately after. You know what app you're on. This isn't I meant to press it to my close friends. You shouldn't even be on Instagram recording that anyway. If you were going to record that, you record that separately. And if you recorded it separately, that'd make it worse, because you went from your camera roll to that app, clicked on it, and then put it to your story. So regardless, there are multiple steps here where you knew better and you knew what the fuck you were doing as a grown adult with social media. You didn't leak nothing. It wasn't no accident nowhere. You were a fucking adult. The only way it's a quote-unquote accident is, again, if you were on the Instagram app and there's another account that you use to post shit like that, and you went on your regular account and posted something like that. But regardless, there is at least 3-step process to that situation. So I don't feel bad for you. I don't care. I didn't see nothing because I didn't want to see nothing. But again, you coming out and saying, oh, it's an accident. You grown-ass adult, bro. No, this applies to all of them, not just whoever was bigger headline. You know what I'm saying? But this is to anyone who leaks something and posts something and it's like, oh, my bad. When people are on Instagram posting memes or they post something talking shit and they go, oops, that was for close friends, that's a different story. But if you posted that, you knew what you were doing. So no, I don't know. And I have close friends, but I don't use it. You feel me? I just have a list of people that I fuck with, which is like 5 people, 6 people, which is a group of friends that I talk to in a group chat anyway. So I don't need to post on there. So I don't use it. So yeah. If you have a close friends and you using it, do what you got to do, but don't get online and after posting porn of yourself and be like, oh, it's an accident. You know what app you're on. We're adults, bro. Like, if you did it, you did it. Just accept it and be like, oops, I put that on Instagram. Hey, man, listen. Celebrities like drama. We're not even, well, they like drama, but they like attention. You feel me? Don't matter who it is. Ain't nobody safe from criticism. This is what people do. So, yeah. Privacy is an interesting thing when there's celebrities that do things like this. Everyone's owed the right to privacy. That's not what I'm saying. But celebrities will do this and then they get upset when they're talked about. Like, you didn't set yourself up for this situation. Like, you did it, and then there's backlash, not to the specific of this week, but in general. And then you're like, oh, well, my life is always under a microscope. You knew that when you got famous. You knew that before you got famous, when you were looking to become famous. You knew that when you made the certain amount of money that put you in a certain stratosphere of where people are looking at you all the time. So complaining about it isn't going to do you any better. And that's how I feel about that. But another celebrity that I'm disappointed in this week is Rico Nasty. And y'all know I love Rico, but she said some dumb shit. So she posted a picture from an artist, like a small artist, obviously, not a musical artist. And she didn't tag him, you know, just like anyone else that has a huge million followers plus or 500,000 followers plus type following. You're supposed to tag the artist when you post something that's theirs, whether you screenshot it or not. You know what I'm saying? Because you see the artist when you post it, or when you screenshotted it, you know who, you know, or I got this from such and such. And then if you go to that, you'll see the real artist, whatever, you know. People called her out for it, and her response was so ignorant. I couldn't find the audio to where I could download it and play it clearly for y'all, but I have it on my phone from a video on Twitter that just, you know, took it. So I'm going to play it, and hopefully you guys hear this as good as possible, but here's Rico's response.
Something that you like on Twitter and you screenshot it, you're supposed to post the artist. Like, y'all be making these politics for reposting shit. It's so fucking stupid. If I see something and I fucking liked it, then I'm going to repost that. I don't have to tag anybody. Like, this is ridiculous. And how many of y'all post pictures of me and not tag me? Remake pictures of me and don't tag me? Like, y'all need to shut the fuck up. Y'all be invading whole privacy over here. But I can't even post something that I fucking like. And you taking it to heart, like, damn, no credit. Like, girl, here's your credit. Here's your little 15 minutes of fame. The picture was cute. You're a great artist, but you're a shitty fucking person.
That is the last response I expected from Rico, of all people. Like, you called somebody shitty, a shitty person because they wanted credit for something that they created. That's stupid. That's ignorant in all forms of the word. Then you turned around and said, I don't have to tag anybody. Here's your 15 minutes of fame. It's their work. And then you said you're violating privacy laws. You're a whole ass celebrity. Pictures are taken of you every day. That is a paparazzi issue, not an artist issue. And you saying y'all don't even tag me. As someone who posts pictures of celebrities, I tag them every time. Getting acknowledged for acknowledging them is a whole different thing. I've been acknowledged by plenty of people. For example, Maya, John Legend, shout out to people like that have liked, commented, Shaka Khan, you know, people that are responding, or they will like your post, you know. But Rico, of all the pictures I posted of Rico, she's never liked anything of mine, and I'm not asking her to do so. But for her to say shit like that, it's like, oh, you don't even tag me. You're a celebrity. Pictures of you are everywhere, and you know that. So what are you even trying to, like, there's no comparison here. You have money. You've made it. You're doing your thing. The least you could do for an artist, a smaller artist in their respective field like you were, is to at least tag them. That's it. Didn't nobody say pay me? Didn't nobody say you owe me all this other shit? Like, just tag them. That's it. That's it. It's not that hard. It's not that hard. Especially if you know who did it. If you said, oh, you post this, I don't know who the artist is. Somebody send me the artist. That would have been cool too. But what is wrong with people, bro? Like, it's like when you go viral for something and they screenshot and crop your name out. Nigga, that's my shit. All you gotta do is not crop my name out. That's it. That's all I ask for. You know? Like, I've seen shit that I've said go viral plenty of times. And I'm like, damn. They just cut my name off the shit. But, you know, whatever. It's sad. So I'm like, okay. Rico, that's stupid. And I'm like, damn, people were really rocking for you and riding for you when you was doing the Playboy Cardi tour, and people had you fucked up, disrespecting you and your art. But here you are, less than 6 months later, saying all this stuff. So I'm like, okay, ma'am, you just gonna be over here for a minute, because I can't fuck with that. That's disrespectful. It's out of line. That's like when people write articles about you, like smaller writers or whatever. For example, if someone was to write an article about Rico and she just never acknowledged it, like just Big Interrupt and all that, and she never acknowledged it. But you post someone else's stuff that say they painted you or drew. I don't even know what she posted, but say someone drew her and then she just posted it. You could at least tag the person who created that with you in mind. Like, what is wrong with you? What is wrong with you? That's just entitlement. It's just dumb to me. So celebrities have been pretty ignorant this week. Black History Month is off to another rocky start, like it always is. It's Black History Month, and then black people start doing dumb shit. Izzy, as a fighter in the UFC, said that Joe Rogan is his nigga and fuck the noise. And I was just like, you're Nigerian and you're not even from the United States. You have no say on this word, let alone, like, you can say the word because you black, I guess, but nigga, you can't say anything about the word nigga or nigger. You don't have no say in that. It's not about you. That's not your history. You're Nigerian. If you're from Nigeria, your Nigerian history is everything that applies to you. As a black American, where all of my history goes all the way back to everything in America, in the United States, and then figuring out which tribes and countries that I'm from in Africa, that word applies to me and people who have the same lineage that I do. You don't get to turn around and say who your nigga and who not, or who can say nigga and who can't. If you ain't black, don't fucking say it. That's the end of the discussion. If you black and you letting other people say it, that's on you. If you in a situation where somebody say and you can't say shit, that's fine. Depending on whatever that is. But you feel me? Like, there's certain things that people who aren't directly impacted or directly connected to need to shut the fuck up about. It's sad how many people act the ass in February, bro. Like, what is wrong with y'all? We only get 4 weeks. We only get 28 days, and y'all decided to fuck around for the first 11. We only got 27, or no, we only got 17 more left to get to 28. What is wrong with y'all? Niggas are ignorant, bro. And I mean the ignorant definition of the word, not, you know, like, it's just, ugh. But I'm going to play a song to bring us back to the music side of things, because we're done talking about ignorance and we're going to talk about some heat. So let's get into one of the greatest artists of all time.
I want to be the Elvis of rap. I don't know how you could perceive that, but the reason why I say that is because he been dead about 20 years and they still won't let him. They won't let him rest because they have so much respect for his music, and that's what I want.
5, 4, 3, 2.
Yes, sir. 2022. Big Snoop Dogg. Hey, yo, Battle Cat. You know what time it is. It's time to do the shit we usually do. Let's go. What's my name? I said what? The D.O. When times get tough for escape. Now roll again. I hit my sweet spot, streets got back on lead. Beatbox, heat rocks, talk that shit. Plotting, planning, bacon in hand. Shaking, no faking while making demands. A little tension in the hood, but I'm loved by my fans. Stand where I stands and I get it from my hands. Really don't talk when it's time to do a dance. Take a chance on yourself like I did on me. I was amazed like a kid on me. No smut, no shit on me. So far up that I can't look now. But every once in a while I find my way back down.
Hey, this new album go hard, bro. Snoop is back. He dropped back on Death Row, and he also acquired Death Row Records. He is the official owner of Death Row Records. 31 years after the founding of the label. It's a beautiful thing. It's great. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna have an article coming on it, and I'm sorry. I know the Brian Flores article is supposed to be released already, but I'm working, so it's like it's hard to write. I'm going to try to get that out. The Snoop out. The weekend recap, and then I still have the Janet Jackson thing coming at the end of March. But I got to get the Snoop article and Brian Flores article going, and then I'm gonna try to get the weekend out, even though it's gonna be a little bit late. But yeah, so Snoop Dogg acquired Death Row, and this is what he had to say. It feels good to have ownership of the label I was a part of at the beginning of my career, and as one of the founding members, I'm looking forward to building the next chapter of Death Row Records. I am excited. I don't know who he's gonna sign. I don't know none of that, but this new album is such a great sound. Some of the songs I'm like, all right, I didn't want to hear The Baby with Snoop. The song was hard, but not because of The Baby, but Snoop can rap his ass off still to this day, and that's obviously known. But Snoop is doing big things, and it's always good to hear him drop an album, honestly. Like, he drops an album all the time, but this was a really, really good project. So, shout out to Snoop. Being from California, it's like you grow up watching Snoop, listening to Snoop, and then you know the Death Row thing when you're a child or whatever. And then he owns it now. I'm like, okay, are we gonna get Tupac albums done the right way, or does his estate own them? Like, I don't know how this is gonna go, but we gonna see. I'll write about it and be way more in depth than I am here. But Snoop Dogg owns Death Row Records, so he's technically back on Death Row, like the album said, because he announced the album. I was like, I'm confused. Okay, I mean, it sounds like it's fire. He's about to just rap like he used to, and then he bought the label. I was like, oh shit. So, shout out to Snoop. Shout out to Snoop. It's honestly amazing seeing how Snoop was able to be relevant for this long and rap this good for this long, and then, as you hear in the background, mix his sound up with the new sound, you know. And Snoop has definitely adapted to every sound change in hip-hop and has done it well without sounding like everybody else. So I really appreciate Snoop Dogg for being the pillar of hip-hop and the icon that he is. So Snoop Dogg, do great things with Death Row. I know you will, because you were there when it was great. We're gonna see how the West Coast moves from here on out with Death Row being back, because Bad Boy was still and is still around, never stopped like Death Row did, but now Death Row's back. I know it ain't gonna be no beef, but you know what I'm saying, it's good to have both on the, I guess, the main stage, if you know what I'm saying. So Snoop Dogg did an amazing thing, and it is good to see Death Row back. It's not just oh, you got a Death Row chain, oh, you know, you were there when it was there, but now it's still here, you know. It's not owned by Hasbro or owned by some random shit anymore. Snoop Dogg on it. So yeah. Also in music, Mary J. Blige released an album. Shit was fire. You know, Mary does it again. It's called Good Morning Beautiful, I believe. Let me make sure, just to double check. Or Good Morning Gorgeous. Okay, Good Morning Gorgeous. But she dropped her album, and Jasmine Sullivan also released a deluxe of Hotels. It's called Hotels, Motels, and it's 24 records now, so it's basically a double album of what we got, because the first album was 14, it's 24, so you got a whole another 10 records. Jasmine's giving the black woman's perspective on relationships and coming of age and all that type of stuff with modern black women, and that's good for them, you know. Like, I listen to it and I enjoy it, but I don't live it, you know what I'm saying? So it's a little bit different for me listening to it versus black women listening to it, but I'm glad that y'all have somebody that is speaking to either y'all perspectives or speaking to something that you like to hear, you know? So shout out to Jasmine. And I'm going to play a record, my favorite song from the deluxe version, which is Hurt Me So Good. So listen to Jasmine sing her ass off, as she always does.
It's a condition, no, I never leave confused. Cause I'm always forgiving the shit you been putting me through. You told me you changed, but I see it and I know. Cause I already know you don't know nothing about love. I leave when you're wrong, but don't stay away belong. And begging so hard and making this house a home. I know you're no good, but I just keep hanging on to the toxicity. And you know you could do better, baby, but you won't try for me. No, you know I can't leave you, but I swear that I would if I could. And I hate that I need you, when you know how to hurt me so good. Yeah, you hurt me so good. Said I'm tired and I'm bored, cause we go back and forth, and you break me down, but you show no remorse. And I'm losing the war, cause you don't know nothing about love. And I'm just a shadow of all that I was. Cause I'm holding on to toxicity. And you know you could do better, baby, but you won't try for me. You know I can't leave you, but I swear that I would if I could. And I hate that I need you, when you know how to hurt me so good. Yeah, you hurt me so good. That I find the strength so I cause you got a hold on my mental. Yeah, I stick beside him so see-through, or you leave though. So why the hell I can't leave you? But I swear that I would if I could. And I could, and I hate that I need you, when you know how to hurt me so good. You know I can't leave you, but I swear that I would if I could. And it just ain't there. And I hate that I need you, when you know how to hurt me so good.
Jasmine Sullivan is one of the greatest R&B artists of our generation, one of the greatest voices of our generation, and she should be respected as such. Like, for her to get her recognition, like, from mainstream in the last 2 years shows how trash labels are and how much people really listen to R&B, because R&B is dead, R&B is dead. Jasmine ain't never went nowhere. Been listening to her since I was 10 or 11 when she came out. When Bustin' Windows Out Your Car came out is when I met Jasmine Sullivan. You know what I'm saying? Pick Up Your Feelings was nothing new to me. That's a great woman with a great voice. She can sing her ass off with the best of them, and I wish nothing but success for her career. I'm glad she's starting to get her recognition. It's a beautiful thing. So shout out to Jasmine. We're going to switch over to sports and close out because it's not too much going on, but the NFL awards happened, and Aaron Rodgers won his 4th MVP. It's the first back-to-back MVP award for a player since Peyton Manning did it in 2008, 2009. Joe Burrow won Comeback Player of the Year, obviously. He tore his ACL, came back, and took his team to the Super Bowl. So, that speaks for itself. won his division, all that. Year one with Jamar Chase. Got his college wide out and went crazy. So Jamar Chase obviously won Offensive Rookie of the Year and Rookie of the Year. And I believe Micah Parsons won Defensive Rookie of the Year. So shout out to all of them. Defensive Player of the Year went to TJ Watt, I believe. So, yeah, shout out to all of them. And we're going to see what the Raiders are doing next season. But we did add some more coaches. We got the Carolina Panthers DB coach for defensive back play calling or something like that. It's really complicated with the coaching staff. But once I get everything fully in order and we really get everything cemented, I'll have a Raiders segment. So, yeah. That's NFL news. And then in NBA news, the trade deadline happened, and the GM didn't make any moves, surprisingly. The Lakers are looking to the buyout market, according to sources. But the news that broke on, I think it was yesterday, is as follows. As soon as I get to my screenshot, because it was a lot that happened, bruh. It was a lot that happened. Let's see. I had this screenshot ready and now it's gone. Let me see. List. Let me just get a list of it. Okay. The Nets and the Sixers made the deal. Steve Nash said, I don't expect a trade, but 76ers got James Harden. The Nets got Ben Simmons, Seth Curry, Andre Drummond, and 2 first-round picks, 1 for this upcoming draft this year, and 1 for 2027. The Sixers fleeced themselves because you gave up Seth Curry. Ben Simmons wasn't playing for y'all anyway, whatever. Andre Drummond is but you gave up 2 first-round picks and all of that and didn't even get another pick in exchange for James Harden? Someone who's quit on 2 teams already? All right, we gonna see how that go. Seth is gonna cook in that Joe Harris role though. And KP is now out of Dallas. He was sent with the 2nd round pick to the Washington Wizards for Spencer Dinwiddie and Davis Bertans. So the Mavericks cap room didn't even get better because Bertans' contract is maney. But KP and Luka experiment is now over with. And yeah, the Celtics decided to go out and get Derek White from the Spurs, and the Spurs got Josh Richardson, Romeo Langford, a first-round pick, a protected first-round pick, and a first-round pick swap in 2028. And then Daniel Tice returned to the Celtics from Houston in exchange for Dennis Schroeder, Enes Freedom, and Bruno Fernando. And then the Bucks got Ibaka in a 4-team trade. The Bucks got Ibaka, a 2nd-round pick from Sacramento, a 2nd-round pick from Detroit, and cash from the Clippers. The Clippers got Rodney Hood, Semi Ojeleye, and Vanya Marinkovic. And the Kings got Dante DiVincenzo, Josh Jackson, Trey Lyles, David Minchinu, and a 2nd-round pick from Detroit. And the Pistons got Marvin Bagley. Then the Hornets got Montrezl Harrell from the Wizards, and the Wizards got Vernon Carey Jr., Ish Smith, and a 2023 2nd-round pick, which is Boston's pick from Charlotte from a previous trade that occurred. And then Torrey Craig is back in Phoenix from Indiana with cash considerations. In return, the Pacers got Jalen Smith and a 2nd-round pick from Phoenix. And then the Suns got Aaron Holiday in return for cash considerations from the Wizards. And then it's a lot of trades, my nigga. Gordon Dragic is in the San Antonio now. So Thaddeus Young, Drew Eubanks, and a 2nd-round pick went to the Raptors, and the Spurs got Goran Dragic and a 1st-rounder. The Magic got Bol and PJ Dozier, a future 2nd-round pick in cash from the Celtics, and the Celtics got a 2nd-round pick from 2023. The Jazz got Nickeil Alexander-Walker and Juancho Hernangomez from San Antonio. The Blazers got Joe Ingles from Utah, Elijah Hughes from Utah, and a 2nd-round pick from Utah. And the Spurs got Tomas Satoransky and a 2nd-rounder. The Thunder got KZ Okpala And the Heat got a second round pick in 2026. The Kings made one of the dumbest decisions I ever seen by trading away Tyrese Halliburton, who is someone who is a budding star who I think is going to be a future star in the league. Someone that committed himself to the community of Sacramento and said he was dedicated to turning the culture around in what Sacramento has made so trash. And even with De'Aaron Fox still being there, it's not his fault that they garbage. They're just committed to being garbage. The front office, I mean. It don't make no sense. But they traded Tyrese Halliburton, Buddy Hield, and Tristan Thompson. Tristan Thompson didn't even know for playing basketball, so that don't bother me. But the first two makes no sense. And they traded for Sabonis, Justin Holiday, Jeremy Lamb, and a second-round pick. Sabonis is a great player. However, he's a free agent after this year. Do you think he's going to stay in Sacramento? Even if he did, Tyrese Halliburton is 21. Like, it just don't make no sense to me. The Kings need to do better. The Trailblazers finally broke up the backcourt of CJ and Dame. It was disrespectful for them to ever compare them to Steph and Clay. But shout out to CJ and Dame. CJ, Larry Nance, and Tony Snell are in New Orleans now, and the Blazers got Josh Hart, Nickeil Alexander-Walker, and Tomas Satoransky in the trade. Didi Louzada, a first-round pick, a second-round pick, and another second-round pick, whichever is better between the teams. So, yes, some of these names you've heard twice, but they were multiple trades. And then Enes Kanter, which is Enes Freedom, got released on top of being traded, so... The Cavs acquired Karis LeVert from the Pacers along with a second-round pick in exchange for Ricky Rubio, a first-rounder, and 2 second-rounders. And then the Blazers traded Norman Powell and Robert Covington on the 4th in exchange for Eric Bledsoe, Justice Winslow, Keon Johnson, and a second-round pick from Detroit. And those are all the important trades. Actually, no, wait. The Knicks sent Kevin Knox a second and a first-rounder to the Hawks in exchange for Cam Reddish, Solomon Hill, and a second rounder. But yeah, shit's crazy. That last trade is from January 13th, but I didn't speak on it. So a lot of trades happen in the NBA. I don't know how the Nets are gonna function if Ben Simmons decides to play after not playing for over half of a season. KD's still hurt. It's a 10-game losing streak. Kyrie can only play half the games. James Harden is coming off injury, but I guess he's not injured anymore since he got traded. But you've seen how he did it in Houston when he faked, I'm injured, and I gained all this weight, and and then he got sent to the Nets and was playing and dropped a triple-double. So it's like, we're going to see how this goes, but there's no what would have happened if the Nets stayed together. We've seen what happened when the Nets stayed together. You relied on 3 unreliable people, basketball-wise. And yeah, KD's reliable as far as playing. But KD he's hilarious. It's funny. But at some point, you got to just look at somebody and be like, damn, nigga, really? This is what you chose? You left basically guaranteed W's for this shit because you wanted to do it yourself or because you were soft against the media, which the media had you fucked up. But you let the media run you out of town, not actual basketball-related stuff. If the Draymond thing hit that hard, I got bad news for you, but good luck. So, speaking of the Warriors, we didn't make any moves, but Draymond's coming back off injury soon, in the next couple of weeks or so, like 3 weeks maybe. He said 3 or 4. And then Wiseman is actually in contact 3-on-3 now, so he's coming back. So we didn't really need to make a trade. I think that they're relying very heavily on Looney to not get injured because we didn't pick up no big men in this trade deadline or anything. So we're going to see how that works out for us. But we did lose to the Knicks at the end of the game. Clay missed a shot. Steph missed a layup. It's like, it happens, whatever. Heartbreaking loss, but we're going to be fine. The Suns beat the shit out of the Bucks, and they are now 4.5 games ahead of us for the 1 seed. But we're going to see how that goes. There's plenty of season left, We've beaten the Suns head-to-head 2 out of 3 times. And, yeah. I'm looking forward to the playoffs. Don't know who we're going to end up facing, but we're going to see. I believe that is everything sports-wise. It's really hard to see players like Tyrese get sent out when they're dedicated like that. And it's like, it's his second season. And you're like, oh, fuck it, I'm going to trade him. That didn't make no sense to me, bro. Like, he's going to cook on the Pacers, and I hope that he does. I hope his career flourishes like I think that it will. And I hope he's able to be embraced by a front office and a team that actually realizes his talent. So, shout out to Halliburton, and I hope that he knows his worth and he goes crazy. Especially if they face the Kings, I hope he dropped 40 on their ass. So, yeah, that is sports, and I don't believe that there's anything else to get into. Just know articles are coming. I got another playlist coming. I'm not going to tell you who it is, but just know another Icon playlist is coming. Still not going to be on Spotify. And yeah, with all that being said, I'm going to play my favorite record from DJ Luna's album, which turned 4 today. It's called Sunday, featuring Chuck Strangers and Smadar Rubin. Enjoy. Black people, please stay together.
I was finding myself over a blunt. You broke down the true meaning of wealth. You gotta be in love with self. How you gonna try to spread all your fucking self-hate to somebody else? You stay letting knowledge be heard. You like an X-Clan song. Put to throw dirt on. A hoe with a Metallica shirt on. But ain't no way that I could comfortably do me. Why you still cuffing me? I know you shocked to hear what I'm saying. Surprised on my disposition on stand. Rather call it quits and go to war. A black man can't